Fighting Talk back again, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Perry the Predator Goodwin ahead of his bout against Shaun Luther on Olympus at Rainton Meadows Arena. Perry, it's been a little while since we've had a catch up, mate. How have things been?
Spot on, really. I got my ass kicked last time, didn't I? So I weren't too clever, but I regrouped, got my act together, back to the grind.
This will be the first time you're making the walk this year of 2021. Has been a little bit, I guess, frustrating for you. You've been a very active person on the Cage Warriors roster, and prior to that as well. Has it been a little bit frustrating this year, having to wait until sort of the latter part of the year to get your first fight?
Not really. Realistically, I'm a showman. I like fighting in front of crowds, and when I didn't want to fight, I said when the pandemic kicked in and everything, I was like, I'm not fighting until this crowd's back, because I've done it once in Manchester, and I was like, I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't feel the same. But then the opportunity come along where I could fight for the title, and it's just an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. So I ended up fighting for the title in an empty crowd, in an empty arena. Which is it's not for me. It's not something I enjoy doing. I need that anxiety, and I love that anxiety. So I was happy to wait.
You did fight in that empty arena against Charriere. If we do look back at that fight, I mean, it was something you'd worked for. What, I guess, was your reflection on that bout sort of a couple of weeks after, once it sort of dust had settled, if you like, and you sort of watched, have you watched the fight back?
Oh yeah, I watched it back a few times. I'm still the hardest worker in the room. That doesn't change at all. I busted my balls to that camp. I was doing freshman rounds, five freshman rounds, and I was in the shape of my life. But I was so set on the game plan of what I was going to do. But when it didn't come to tuition and it didn't work out, that I went, what am I going to do? And I sort of froze in the moment, I guess. Started backpedaling, and once your head goes right in there, then what? So I learned more than what most people think from that bout, or more from a win anyway. Put it that way.
Of course, that was on Cage Warriors. You're back on Olympus now, in front of a home crowd. But I think for a lot of people, they might have been surprised to see maybe that you're not on this trilogy, or, well, you can sort of explain it, but the deal with Cage Warriors now. Where are we sort of at with this? Are you still signing this as a release, or what's the sort of deal?
My contract was up basically with Cage Warriors, and Cage Warriors, Ian Dean, Graham Boyle. They give me a lot of opportunities now, and for that time I loved it. And to be honest, I still love to fight again. It's nothing's done. It's just a case of I wanted to fight in the northeast. This is where I'm from. I love it here. I wanted to be able to have a bit more freedom in what I do, and a choice of options. And maybe if there's I want to see if an opportunity could maybe just come to fly and fight in different countries, or fight close to the northeast. Is always one for me. So that was the opportunity I took, and that's where I'm at now.
As you mentioned that, we're back in the northeast, Olympus, September 26th, Rainton Meadows Arena, with a crowd. I mean, it's been years since you fought in front of a northeast crowd. How much are you looking forward to making that walk in the northeast? I
can't wait, honestly. Rainton Meadows, I've been there a few times. I think the last two times I've been there was both first round finishes. One was in 17 seconds. The one was in the first round, just total domination. And I feel like it's back home, aren't I? It's back to where it all started, and I think I'm going to bring everything back to where it was.
Your opponent, of course, Shaun Luther, a fellow Cage Warriors alumni, I guess. What sort of fight are you expecting from Shaun?
Me and him are very similar. I feel he might think I'm a bag of shite, but I think he's decent. I think he's a tough guy. I think he's fought some really good guys, and we both made careers on fighting the hardest fights. And when you do that, you come up with losses. He's got losses, I got losses, but we both fought tough guys. But make no doubt about it, when it comes to the 26th of September, I'm walking around that cage like a dog. Like, you understand his levels, and obviously you don't come out of a title fight training the way I did, with the diet I did, and working as hard as I always do, and just go from hero to zero like that. You don't just fall off the edge of the earth. I ain't lost anything. If anything, I've gained. I'm better than I ever was, so, and I'm working harder than I ever was. This might be like his Super Bowl, but this is my Super Bowl as well. I'm back at home. I'm killing for this.
Win, lose or draw, we know you put on a show. With Reece McKay, I think that bloodbath is a prime example of just how much you put on that show. But being back in front of that home crowd, what added motivation does that give you, knowing that your family and friends will be there to watch you?
To be honest, family, friends, people that dislike me, people that love me. I just want everyone there. I like being in busy arenas, events. God, I remember my first fight at Cage Warriors was the Echo, and I fought Scouser, Ellis Sampson, in flipping Liverpool with all the Scouts, and that was just one of the best events ever. And like, I just love it when it's busy. I'm a showman, and I mean it. I like fighting, but I don't want to. If I want to fight in the street, I do that anytime. I want to do this in front of busy crowds where everyone's screaming, drunk, beer flying everywhere, and that's why I do this. So,
What's I guess the goal for you now? I know the last time we spoke, you'd said, look, it's like legacy, it's titles, or the money side of things does help as well if it's a show that's going to pay good money. Where are you at now? I guess with like within the next 12 months, is it going to be looking to get signed again? Well, signed to a European promotion, if you like, and be traveling the world, or what's your plan for the next, I guess, 12 months?
one fight at a time. Literally, I'm looking to win this next fight. I don't look past it because I know he's tough, and I don't want to talk out of turn and say, oh, I'm going to do this and that, because I'm not far that far ahead. I'm looking at winning this fight. If I can fight again this year, that'll be amazing. On any show, regardless, that's all. Get a win, fight on any show again. Maybe fight as many times as I can before I get married next year. Because after that, we know what comes after marriage. I'm going to have a baby coming into the world, so we'll see.
I know we've spoke before as well about you being on a show with your teammates and everything. This show has a lot of your teammates on it. What does that add to the card, having like not just yourself? It's not just going to be you in the changing room, you hitting the pads. It's going to be your full team around you. What added, not motivation, but I guess what else does that bring to the card, to you for the fight?
Well, you got to understand that everyone trains in this gym, and most of them anyway. I popped down to a Crute, I spar with some guys there. It helps, never mind the card, it helps me personally get ready for this fight. I'm surrounded by people all going for the same goal, all doing the same things, and there's some killers, man. There's some killers, and I tell you what it is. I might have to turn up late or something, because I can't be doing the anxiety of watching them fight, because there's gonna be some straight up murders in that cage before I get in there. You have to clean the blood up, I'm telling you, and they're all TFT boys that are gonna win, I'm telling you.
What is that like? I spoke to Lou Long last week, and he mentioned something similar about the anxiety of almost watching one of your teammates or your friends in there and thinking, like, as Lou put, fucking hell, I wish that was me, not them. Like, what's that like for you when you know you've got this fight, you're the main event slot, like, to have to watch these lads go before you?
Man, I literally don't enjoy. I like going to fights. The only time I ever like watching fights live is when the guys that are fighting are my lads, people I know personally, and this one's full of them. So I'm like, shit. But at the end of all that, I've got to try and get in there myself. But at the end of the day, this is what we do with fighters. It's not like, oh, this is so hard. I've been in this game a long time. I went from one main event for a title to this main event now. And that's how it is. So I'm not worried.
I know you said on your social media as well that the placement on the card was very important to you. What does that mean to you to be this main event on your local show?
Belts are by the by. Anyone can make a belt up. Just have everyone looks at the main event. That's me. And that's where I should be, because at the end of the day, I've been in this game a long time. I work my ass off to here. I'm the hardest worker. You won't believe the stuff that I do. Like everyone looks at me and like, in 12 weeks, what I can do in 12 weeks, people take months and months to do. I go from, look at this, you don't look at this for fun, man. Like, honestly, I swear to God, I'm so ready for this. Honestly, I'm telling you. But placement on the card is everything. Main event, that's my spot, and it should be my spot, main or co-main, because I'm the person that brings the trouble.
Just the last couple for you. If we do go back to Cage Warriors, because it has now been announced that Paul Hughes will face Morgan Charriere for the belt. I mean, you face Morgan, your teammate James Hendon has faced Paul. How do you see that one playing out?
Mate, I literally had this conversation not long ago. Personally, I would love it if Morgan would go in there and smoke him and just make my loss look so much better. But you know, James Hendon spoke to me a before I fought Morgan. And what he said, he goes, to beat Morgan, what you need to do is you need to put pressure on him, and you need to just push him into the thing. And that's what Paul's basically came out and said. He goes, I'm not going to take a step back and I'm going to pressure him. And with that mentality, I cannot see him losing. Anyone can beat James, can beat anyone in the world, and that's my personal thing. So good luck to Morgan. Please, Morgan, make me look better.
Last one for you, Perry, for one prediction to another. September 26th. How do you see this one going? What can fans expect?
A finish, maybe submissions, or a knockout. It's either that or it has to be a complete utter beatdown from my side, because like I worked too hard for this. The guys are training, like it's crazy. Shout out to flipping everyone at TFT, North East Jiu Jitsu, Andrew Fisher, all the guys, Luke Squeaky Westwood, Ellis Younger. You're talking about these legit grapplers, legit the best of the best. And my team will fuck your whole team up. So
Perry, that's great. Thank you very much for your time, mate. Thank you.